Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. This is a timeless reading for the collective. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Information to book a personal reading can be found below in the description box. Ooh, the Page of Wands and the Sun. Wow, the bottom of the deck here is the Sun. The bottom of the deck is the Sun. I don't know, this seems like such a big energy. Okay, and the Eight of Pentacles is behind it. The Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, this is about union. Okay, I don't know if this is the divine union with you, your higher self, your feminine and masculine, or if it's about someone else. I would say for some of you, you have discovered the truth about like a hidden enemy or some type of spiritual blockage or oppression that is perhaps within you, your family, and also affecting another person. If you know there's another person that's involved in your situation. But even if that's not the case, I just see where there is for sure. There's a time, the Sun here, for celebration. I feel like with the Sun and the Eight of Pentacles, it's like you and someone, you come together, or it's you and, like I said, your own feminine and masculine energy, like the union within yourself. You are solving something. You're solving like your own spiritual case. And again, for some of you, this is you working alone. For some of you, there's a partnership, okay? For some of you, there's two different things. It reminds me of a reading I did years ago. And I've been getting a lot of like deja vu and remembering old readings. But those of you who have been here a long time, one of my really deep channelings was about the double mission. Some of you, it's like you've had to take your purpose back from some type of energy that came into like this energy where it's like maybe you were persecuted in a past life and you've been fighting against that this lifetime. But for some of you who, you know, you're interested in like a partnership, you have also been fighting against, you know, some type of dark energy. And so I feel that with the Sun here, some of you, you're gonna get both. With the Six of Cups here, it's something from the past or from a past life. You're gonna get something that's owed to you with your own security and stability, you know, being, for some of you, self-sufficient, abundant, completely on your own. Okay, this could be for sure with the Nine of Pentacles, like your work, your career, your finances, your business, whatever that may be, your foundation, again, just alone. But then it's like you're also going to go into a purpose for some of you that does involve another person, like an actual partnership. So it's like you're discovering your purpose as a single, but you're also discovering your purpose in a partnership. The Six of Cups here, yeah, the Ace of Cups, wow. The Magician, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Cups. The Two of Swords. Do y'all see this? Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. You could not move forward until you learned something. Everything in your life and your journey was dependent on you learning something about yourself. And I'm literally like posting a reading right now about your soul being ancient. Some of you are also stepping into more gifts where some of you are actually traveling through different timelines and dimensions, and you may start to really see situations from a higher perspective. A lot of you are beginning to rip the mask off of certain people in your life, and you're remembering them and understanding that they're not actually a part of your soul family this lifetime, that these were the people who actually came against you, or like I said, they persecuted you or crucified you in some type of way. They betrayed you. You're beginning to see how they show up in your life as friends, family, and partners. Some of you are starting to really recognize why many people were in your life. But it's very interesting because there's so much past energy. So some of you, as you are closing out cycles with past life enemies, you are also opening up cycles with past life energies of like lovers and people who are part of your soul family. So it's like you had to cleanse and clear out a lot of the negativity and the like karmic debts. And now you're about to go into these really deep bonds and connections with your soul family, and for some of you like your destiny helpers or your divine partner. But you first had to recognize something, and going back to that, like your soul is remembering, this is going to change everything, because you're going to start to actually see individuals now with your third eye being wide open, meaning the people who have been in your life and they've been watching, monitoring, or possibly delaying you, you're going to start to just completely remove them. So now the space and the opportunity for you to actually grow and expand is going to be wide open. But with the Page of Pentacles here in the reverse, there's something that you didn't know, you didn't remember. A lot of you didn't know your own personal just worth. I'm here for some of you, literally, you come from royalty, and it's very easy to just say, oh, you know, you hear people say, I come from a royal bloodline and this, that, and it's like, but no, some people, it's really the truth, and some people are saying it because it's a trend, or you hear people say it, but are you really, really connecting with that timeline? Does your life really reflect that? Are you really connecting with those ancestors, those guides? Like, have you really reached that timeline or that dimension that you just passed through, or are you really in it? Did you just hear somebody say that? And you just started saying, and some of you, that's kind of the energy. Maybe that's not you, but there's a lot of people around you that I'm royalty, and I'm this and I'm that. A lot of people are labeling themselves things, but it's not true. They haven't done the work to deserve that type of title. Therefore, you don't have the kind of power and authority. You haven't done the work. And I feel that a lot of people, it's an unmasking. Some of you, there's a lot of joy and success that's coming. You've built a lot of things on your own. You've had to learn a lot on your own. But again, the Page of Pentacles, there was some type of history or knowledge that you didn't know, and now you understand. The Ace of Cups here and the Six of Cups, there's like some kind of new beautiful emotional experience, like a very emotionally fulfilling experience. The Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, the Magician. Some of you, like, this is you like stepping into an energy of activating like all of your gifts. And this is for some of you, you have like ancient magic. You're tapping into like ancient magic. You're tapping into, I don't know, it's very divine. Like, I don't want to say too much. Okay. For some of you, whatever you are tapping into, a lot of people, they don't know about it. And you hear the term, some people say closed practice with a lot of things, you know, when it comes to like spirituality, of course. But for some of you, with this Magician and all this, it's like you've gotten the keys to something. Some of you actually have gone through some kind of initiation and you have the keys. There's some kind of power that you have. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with you. And the people who are just, they're saying that they are certain things, but they haven't actually been born into it, sworn into it, they need to stop. Because I'm seeing for some, if you're about to pull up and it's like, no, I'm really that. I'm really him. I'm really her. Be careful what you say. It's an authority. It's not a power trip, and it's actually a pretty quiet type of power and authority. And that's what comes when people truly have success. You don't have to be loud about it. When you really have power, you don't have to be loud about it. That's why when I see people all the time, like even in the spiritual community, people, everything is loud, it's proud, it's ego, it's nothing sacred about it. You tell everybody everything. Your practice isn't closed. But I feel like the ones that know, you won't be able to mess with them at all. because they go undetected. The real demons, just like the real angels, most people don't see them. It's like how people say all angels don't have wings, all heroes don't wear capes. A lot of you have capes and wings and nobody sees them, and that is the greatest superpower. Look, that's the superpower, the Empress. Here's the moon and the ego and and the Emperor. Wow. Talk about a divine union. Hidden in plain sight. I'm talking like real royalty. Hidden in plain sight. Nobody saw it. And I keep getting, because, like I said, I did a reading yesterday. Didn't post it because my spirit team said I couldn't post it. And I was like, there's going to be a tornado. And I got up today and I saw that there was a tornado in Oklahoma, and there was a video of 2 tornadoes, and the person said there's 2 tornadoes dancing. It was 2 tornadoes, right? And I was like, wow, I just channeled that yesterday. I felt myself when I channeled it during the reading yesterday that I was doing. But I feel that that's how it is with some of you, with actually like a divine partner even. You're very powerful and you bring destruction. You can bring great destruction at any moment, at any time. You come through and you can clear a path, but everything about it is, for the most part, I mean, it's predictable, but not really. Nobody actually knows what's going to be hit in the tornado. But as I said in that reading yesterday, I don't know if I'll ever share it or not. It's like when everything is torn down, most people see the destruction. But the truth is, when you start to rebuild, there's better materials. The structure is better. The foundation is clear. Things become a bit more aesthetically pleasing. So sometimes that tornado, it needs to come in. And for some of you, you're about to start dancing with another tornado just like yourself. And on the outside, everybody says you're destructive. But it's a force of nature that needs to happen. The sun is here. This is you going through your bloodline saying, I'm about to tear up everything because I have to come through. Me and this person, we have to march through here. So if that means that we got to go through here and tear everything up, then that's what it has to be. And nobody's going to know when it hits. The watch is going to go out, but nobody knows the day or the hour that it happens. Until it happens. And you just better hope that you've taken cover. And that's what this reading is showing. Nobody actually saw this coming for some of you, or people saw it coming and they watched it. Like I said, like a warning, they watched it. But they still didn't know really just the magnitude of how destructive it may actually be. 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. Yeah, wise counselor is here. That's God's speed. That's God moving the world to balance everything out. Everything that doesn't belong has to go. 3 of Cups here, 6 of Swords, because someone has a mission that has to be fulfilled. There is no space for secrets. There's no space for ego, for fear, or anything. Someone is now tapping into a brand new timeline of true power, magic, wealth, legacy. I've been picking up a lot of stuff lately about the matriarch. Some of you, you're taking your whole bloodline back from some type of dark energy or entity, or just whatever it is. You're tearing down demonic altars. And this is not a reading for everybody, because it's not everybody's reading. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when I tell you the discipline and the focus, the sacrifices that you have to put in for this, yeah, not many people are doing it. Even when they think they're doing it, they're not. And I'm not trying to downplay anybody's work or anything like that, But I know for a sure fact you don't see this happen. And it's just like when people talk about twin flames, everybody's not a twin. And a lot of people think that they're on a twin flame journey, and they're not. They're on a journey with a past life soulmate or karmic soulmate. But literally, this is the Hierophant, the world, and the balance card. Something here, it brings a balance. But there's a destruction that comes first. And this is also something collective, like globally. There's a collective, like a global reset that's happening. Natural disasters, war, all kinds of stuff is, at some point, the truth is, it's necessary. Because nothing really is as it seems. I'm not going to get on here with my conspiracies and my theories, but some stuff, it just has to happen for the chosen ones, the true chosen ones, the royal divine beings to stand up. There's a lot of stuff that first has to get knocked down. And I just see a reclaiming of a throne. And I see also with this 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, there's a feminine or a masculine that had to stand alone and not only heal themselves, but also put in the work that will allow the actual soul of that other person to heal also. And that's the reason why now that person can actually come in. Or for some of you, come back. It's not codependency. It's not toxicity. It's not lies. It's not deception. It's true soul work. Don't say that you're a twin flame if you don't understand that you have one soul with a person. One soul, 2 bodies. That's why I say if you're doing all the work and you don't ever see it showing up in the other person, you may really want to ask yourself if that's really your twin. Because I feel like with everything that you do, it will be mirrored back some kind of way. The good, the bad, evil, ugly, and the indifferent. It's going to mirror back. And it's two people out here, for sure, they're finding one another. And if destruction has to happen for this meetup or this new opportunity or this clear path, then that's just what it has to be. Some of you, you're with the person, but there's a lot of people who have been in your path causing delays and destruction. There's disasters that's going to hit them and force them out of the way. Nine of Cups in reverse, yeah. And the Page of Wands. See, Justice. Something out here, it was almost a missed opportunity. But I feel like you remain, with the Page of Wands, you remain optimistic because you knew that justice would be served. And you decided to stand up for what you believe. All these cards has a masculine, or there's a masculine, they're standing up for what they believe. Somebody believes in the power of love, the power of God, something higher than themselves. And they're standing on it. This is like somebody standing on business. Somebody's standing on their spiritual business, and they're not backing down. But at one point, either you or another person, there was something that you didn't know. Someone now has come into remembrance. Someone's soul remembers. And there's a soul recognition between you and another person. Of course, if you remember who you are and you had an actual counterpart, you now are remembering who they are. When you see them, you're going to recognize them. You also are going to recognize the enemies that try to keep you and this person apart. So you're seeing everything. And if someone is actually your twin, they're seeing it too. The Star, see? Destiny. The Queen of Cups. The Knight of Cups. 5 of Wands. Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, 5 of Wands. Somebody is coming in. They're not worried about the conflict, the competition, or anything else. It's something here. It has been decided. It's justice. And it literally, it balances something out. It's like, I'm hearing world peace. Something brings world peace. That's the power. Again, going back to 2 tornadoes. That's why people fear powerful people coming together. Because you can be very destructive together, but you also can bring about a lot of peace. The world gets from you what they give to you. That's what I always say. I can be holy water, I can be hell's fire. You decide. 8 of Cups is here. I feel like somebody is deciding to move on. Yeah. To move on from something that doesn't serve them and to go towards the 6 of Wands. There is movement. For some, travel. But there's a big lifestyle change that's bringing victory. Man, I want to go so deep into this, but I just can't. It's too sacred. I'm not going to do it. Like, I see the details, but, yeah, no. Knight of Wands. Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. The Awakening. Yep. And the King of Pentacles. Here's a Knight of Pentacles. Transformation. Yeah. There's a plan out here that's transforming everything. And here's the Queen of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands. There's a connection that has been hanging and being built in the spirit that's about to make its way down. And then when they come down, they're going to come down like 2 tornadoes and just start just doing their thing together. Wiping everything out. Clearing the path. 7 of Cups here. It's a lot of people that's about to just boop, drop down. All kinds of beings. If you know, you know. They're already here. But you're about to see some stuff really start moving around. And it's a lot of stuff that's about to start happening in the sky. Some good. Yeah, some very scary. So people should be prepared. And those who have made it a point to be very evil should be very afraid. I would say that. For sure. Because here's judgment. Those who created illusions and confusion, cause people to procrastinate and be delayed in their purpose and journey, when their purpose and journey is intended to bring about world peace, they're going to face judgment. For real. Like, seriously. Serious judgment. Yep. The Dreamer is here. And here you see the 7 of Swords in the reverse and the 3 of Swords. Somebody is free from heartache, pain, suffering. And the 7 of Swords in the reverse usually means that there is a thief or someone highly unethical that has been caught. So whoever stole from you, delayed you, they've been caught. 10 of Wands, yeah. They created burdens. Now they have your burdens and theirs to deal with. And you have a new beginning, the Ace of Wands. This right here also, I'm just going to say, because the sun is here, I'm just going to put something just in here, just really quick, because I'm not going to get into it. I've been seeing it for a long time, and maybe one day I'll share it. But for some out here, this sun energy will be, it's very beautiful, yes. But for some of you, what is being destroyed is a lot of dark legacies where a lot of sacrifices were made to what some may consider as the sun god. Even like Saturn, the sun god, or Saturn, or some people would say that's Satan. it depends on your beliefs, the timeline, as well as your intentions. But a lot of people have made sacrifices to various gods meant to stop chosen ones or those who follow their path. And some people, that it depends on your beliefs. I'm trying to stay as neutral and politically correct, but I'm just gonna say that obviously there were timelines where there were many sacrifices made: women, children, animals, all the things. And some of you, this is for sure in your bloodline. And then for some of you, this is absolutely the case now, where there are many groups and other individuals that are still doing the same thing that they did many lifetimes ago. And you're caught up in the crossfire, and it's time to really step into your power and not allow yourself to be sacrificed yet again. Because there are old timelines that are kind of merging and some that are collapsing. And during this particular time, some of these things are actually taking place. It's all a secret, but it's not a secret. If you know, you know. And some of you know things that other people don't know. And that's the reason why you have to be mindful. You know things that people in your family don't know, your friends don't know, your community. And of course, people will judge you, condemn you, and persecute you for it. Yet you still have to keep moving, but you have to remember how it was in the past and step into your power to ensure that tragic ending does not happen again, at least not physically. Death being a transformation and a rebirth is good, but you don't want a person to end your journey and you're not able to carry out your purpose because you are not aware of it. And this is why the chaos, the conflict, and the confusion needs to be kept at bay, because some people are so busy worrying about the chaos, conflict, and confusion that you're not actually able to walk in any type of clarity or receive the confirmations about the things that are actually important. Because it's a lot of distractions, and literally there's things coming out of the sky and things happening under your feet that you can't stress out about, but there's a purpose for you here, whether it's you alone or with another person, and you can either choose to be the chaos or you can choose to be the peace. I hope you're following, reading between the lines. Because we're coming into a time where the people who know are going to have to stop saying so much, because everybody's watching, listening, and monitoring and trying to figure out what everybody knows. Because the people who claim to know, they really don't know. The people who've been saying that they have certain titles and they're from certain bloodlines and this, that, and all the things, you're going to really start to see who's who. And you're going to be quite shocked. Some of you definitely had a relationship or something, or your family was making sacrifices to a sun god. And now we have Saturn here. So it was, demonic sacrifices, devil sacrifices, definitely a thing. So do you continue moving forward with that yourself and turn the blind eye, or do you actually get on your mission? and do something different. Because the time for the awakening is here. Ace of Wands. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. This was a lot of extremely powerful energy in this reading, but yeah, the Chariot is here. It's time to move forward. With the information that you have, your 2 of Wands, make a move. Make a move to stand up for what you believe in, to protect yourself and others, and to try to create peace instead of creating chaos. If you get out of the way, the people who have been creating the chaos, they'll be moved out of the way. Because it's time for healing. It's really not a time for war. It's actually a time for healing and justice in the world. And the people who have been using the moon and everything else to perform magic because of their ego, they have to answer to God for real now. And this is what's going to clear the path and allow you to have the Ace of Pentacles. It just depends on what side are you actually on. Wow. Everybody's rising up. Not everybody, but many are rising up. Yep. So, congratulations to those who are upgrading and embracing unity. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is below. Always go within so that you never go without. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.